this is what I want to talk about. So this is how you know, again, Andy, you're a loser. Oh, look at this video right here. 15,000 views. You guys should look it out. Some guy made a video called Andy Pants an Incredible Loser. First off, Siri looks hot regardless. But you notice how he always picks, and not just him, all these grifters always pick the worst angle of anyone possible all the time. But what does he do? He takes one image. This is like, again, maybe my eyes are borked, but I don't think she's ugly. And they didn't switch faces. There's just different angles and lenses. These people don't even understand angles and cameras and focal lengths. But again, he's too stupid.
And you're probably going to get plowed by dudes.
Oh my God, Andy, you are gay. You are gay and it's fine. Why? But yeah, it was that, right? It's we're talking about that. And he got into his feelings. It seems like a repressed homosexual. Yes, no, I listen, and I say this with no hate in my heart towards the LGBTQ community. I feel like at this point, you guys know I'm not like some hateful bigot, but this is absolutely a closeted man. I think one of the videos I actually saw a while ago talked about how he would talk about fighting his demons as like bisexuality, because the speed at which he always talks about either getting plowed by men or someone getting plowed by men is like the flash level speed. You know what I mean? It's just immediate. But we talked about that. And so long story short, he hops in my comment section, which I thought was hilarious because I'm like, Andy, ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way you are trying to spin this as anything else. And so what he said, this is his response to my critique. Person with no subs critiques me. Oh no. Do you know how weak you gotta be for your response to be like, look at your sub count? Look at your sub count? Because I'm like, okay, let's be smart. If my sub count is nothing, why did you comment? If what I said had no value, had no weight, or was easily debunkable, why not just say that here? Like, oh, here's why you're wrong, and call me like a dummy or something. I would accept that. I'd respect that, actually. But to use the numbers game, that's telling. That's really telling, especially because, as we all know, Andy Pants is a grifter, and he's admitted that in his video, the video I always show. But he's talking about looking at the numbers. Andy has a secondary channel where he wants people to come watch because that's where his real opinion, his real passion is, gaming. As of now, people still don't give a fuck about his gaming shit. It's what happened to bro shooters. 2,000 views, 2,000, 1,000, 2,000, 8,000, 1,000, 4,000, 1,000. Mind you, this is a channel that is his secondary channel that he has been promoting. Doesn't sound like people give. Are we still playing the numbers game? Because it sounds like by proportion, people give a lot more of a shit of what I have to say than they do you. Because remember, this is the real Andy, not this. All of this, these numbers, these are the fake Andy. This is the fake Andy. And all he does is talk about the same shit. Everything is fake and gay now and lives in the past. That's all he does, right? But as per usual, we must showcase.
Guys, I don't talk about woke. If you just search Andy Pants Retro Gaming, you'll find it. I often get requests on my channel for me to review games. But here's the thing. This channel you're on right now, it's become more of a anti-woke, like the videos that get popular are people want me to talk about woke stuff, and I've kind of gotten painted into that corner, and that's what I'm stuck with. And to be honest, when I put reviews of games on this channel, nobody watches them, nobody seems to care.
Nobody watches them. No one seems to care. This video got 162,000, almost close to half your subscribers saw this video. And how many of them went to watch the shit you said you supposedly care about? Well, 8,000 of them subscribed. So if you want to bring up the numbers game, sure, I'm almost at 8,000 subscribers, but my audience actually cares about what I have to say. Sometimes more than my audience. Your audience doesn't give a shit about your opinions on any of this stuff. They want you, like I said, Andy, to just be their hate machine. As long as you are fulfilling your role as being a hate machine, they will watch your stuff. But the second you try to show anything about like things you care about, they'll tell you how much they do not care. Like actively, right? But for him to be like, a person with no subs critiques me, oh no. Clearly it got to you, Andy, because you are very clearly and transparently an insecure man. Extremely obviously insecure. So insecure, actually, that if we just go to happily married with 2 kids, still single. Now, again, I have to ask. I'll ask the audience here. A lot of people don't believe you to be married, Andy, and I'm sure you're going to see it somehow. Me included. I don't think you're married. I think you lost your life. Because if we watch your content on this channel and we see it, we can check it. You do not behave like someone who's happy about really anything. And there was a comment here that I liked multiple. Well, one of them I talked about how these people will always use that as a metric of like a level of success. Like, don't get me wrong, having a wife and kids, great. That's definitely in my future. It's not happening right now. But that's my future. But to use that as a retort, happily married with 2 kids, if they watch the video that comments on, which is when I said he's the most divorced man ever, nothing about you screams happy. Like, does a happy person sound like this? This is, we haven't seen this video, right?
Be like,
that's not how you say that.
Say,
we would go to a random part of this video and we'll see if he's happy or not. Let's just see.
Are born in a family and one of them decides that she feels more.
By the way, he's saying everything is fake and gay now. This game is old. This is Tell Me Why. Tell me why it came out. This game came out in 2020. This game came out 6 years ago. And now he's talking about it. A game 6 years old.
More comfortable as a man. And so over the course of their lives, one of them, grows a fake beard and starts dressing as a man and pretends to be a man. And as the game goes on, you're supposed to be like, oh, it's so stunning and brave for you to change your gender. Oh, what a true hero you are. And this,
yeah, this sounds like a guy who's super happy. This sounds like a guy who's super happy. Now let's see his comparison. Yes, Medal of Honor.
All right, guys, so finally, I want to talk about the Medal of Honor games. And what I always loved about the Medal of Honor games in the early 2000s is just how patriotic they were.
Hold on. Wait a minute. You guys, is this, not only is he admissible, does it seem like he's trying to sneak people into watching his content that they otherwise wouldn't watch? Because this has nothing to do with anything being fake and gay. This is him trying to get people to watch his review channel. I guarantee you this is what this is for. Because what do you mean? Who killed bro shooters? Was his last video. Playing brothers in arms. So you see how no one cares? You see how no one cares about this shit? So he has to put this back into the other stuff people might care about. Oh my God. Again, Andy, show transparent. But you're happy. That's the happy man who has to mention a game that came out 6 years ago and be like, why is everything now fake and gay? I'm a happy person, but a story about acceptance. Oh no. Medal of Honor was one of my favorite first-person shooters as a kid. I never played it. I was really interested in it, but clearly one of Andy's favorites, which somehow plays into his everything's fake and gay now. It's not even worth reacting to be honest.
Modern video games.
It's so predictable. I review games, my retro channel. Oh, he's already on Mumble. He's already on Rumble. That's okay. You can tell his content just sad when he has to go after the games that came out 6 years ago. Yes, that's the grifter content. That's just like what's happening with these other people, like what's his name? The critical drinker. Again, Andy, happily married. You don't sound happily married, dog. Is the happily married in the room with us? Is it the happily married person that made that video complaining about Telling Me Why? A game that's 6 years old? A game you definitely didn't hear about until you were struggling for a video to complain about? Like, does a happy individual's output look like this? Where everything is you complaining. Just complaining about every little thing. And doing the same content every like 3 videos. Like, you want me to believe you are happily married. And like how he says still single, as if I've ever talked about my like relationship status on this on the internet. Like, still single, question mark? Buddy. Andy, look at me. Do you think I would have an issue? Do you think that would be difficult for me? Do you think, knowing my personality and whether I look, you think I'd have issues with in that arena? I mean, look at this amazing fashion sense. Do you think I have problems? Look at the way I dress. Look at that Toji shirt. The Toji shirt. You think I have problems? I'm good. But again, it's so funny. Obviously, I'm joking. It's so funny though how like this is the retort. I have a wife and kid. Let's say that was true. Let's say that was true. How does that address anything? How does that address anything? If I am saying that you are a miserable grifter and that you, who, you know, for a guy who said I have no subs, you are suddenly appearing in the comment section a lot. Also, no one who needs to constantly complain about the same 3 topics like yourself is anywhere near happy. How does this address anything? It doesn't, right? It doesn't address anything. But the problem for Andy is I'm not an idiot. I can read people very well. I had him pegged day 1, frame 1 mental domain expansion on him. And he has no counter. Like, you know how pathetic that makes you look? If you're trying to bring in, again, sub counts and saying you're married with kids, when the conversation had nothing to do with those metrics at all. It had everything to do with the content you put out and the quality you put out. And your response was, look at this small account critiquing me. Yes, I critiqued you. And your response to that critique was this. And this within the span of an hour of each other. Like, you were so upset that you clicked on the short, commented on the short, then went to the video and commented on the video. All this over a person who you say, again, person with no subs. Which one would infer means I am irrelevant. I have zero motion. And yet someone with zero motion, zero relevancy had you doing this. This speaks a lot to the mentality those kinds of like insecure ass content creators / people online have, right? Where it's everything has to be about relevancy, but also the appearance of always being strong. He loses nothing by just ignoring it, right? If I am just a nobody in a sea of voices that you say agrees with you, why address me? Same thing with like Asmongold, right? Why address me? If I'm a nobody, if I'm nothing. Oh, you're so jealous. You're this, you're that. Okay, then why are you addressing me? let me go be obscure in my corner. The problem is my analysis on these people, it's too spot on for them to ignore. And that's not me being conceited. You clearly saw that. He demonstrated that. Didn't Smash JT also address you? He could try. He's the biggest idiot. He can't address it. He can attempt, but he can't. Which is why he had to do it through the proxy of Asmongold. So it's just so you know. These people are so cowardly that they either have to do it by proxy, like someone bigger than them talking about someone smaller, or it's like this, where I'm such a big account, I have bigger number than you. I don't give a fuck about your following account. I'm talking about the content that you put out. I'm talking about the words that you say. I can back up my analysis. They can't. I can back up my criticisms. They can't. I can provide counter evidence. They can't. So what does he do? That. All of these guys who try to put this air about them, that they're so much better, that they're strong, that they're tough, that they're intelligent, they're not. They know they can't. Exactly. They can't. And this only makes, honestly, if being real, this only makes my stocks go up. Because they're trying to play the numbers game. It's like, okay, but I'm still getting you to interact with me, a person who you said is nothing. A person who you said is obsessed. A person that you said is irrelevant. A person you said has zero subs. A person you said has zero emotion. All these negative things you're saying about me. Cool. Never got to the meat of my actual critique. Just went real talk ad hominem, which, listen, I can deal with ad hominem, baby. I can shoot back. You guys know that I have no problem doing that. But at the end of the day, they never challenge any assertions I make. Because I'm right. I'm not trying to be concerned. I'm not right about every little thing about these people. I'm almost never wrong. And they know that. So they can't argue it. So what does that land us? I'm going to talk about your sub count. Okay? Talk about it. And then I can just always show the video of you complaining to your audience that you wish that they would listen to you for your opinions. But Andy, you got painted into a corner that you made for yourself. You're holding the paint bucket and now you're stuck. And I called that out months ago before he even said it. An example of a cow is Eric July, as he's called the cause on people who challenge him to bit and rough. No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. I don't like Eric July, but there's no way he did that. There's no way anyone called the cops someone from a debate. I can't buy that. But yeah, like these people, they love to pretend that they are just, in a sense, so much better than everyone else. And then they will act as if their ideological enemies are the ones who do that. Like, you guys think you're so superior, you have all these morals and whatever. And it's like, meanwhile, here you guys are doing exactly what you're accusing us of doing. Like, it's insane to me.